Hi there, this video for next week's extremely electrifying wet weather forecast UK 2022. Like this video with music, please my thumbs up. The places interested today with upper global sea temperature on the west coast of South America, upper Pacific region, North Pacific Ocean, upper global sea temperature, the North Atlantic, upper global sea temperature, west coast of Africa, upper global sea temperature, the Gulf of Mexico, upper global sea temperature. Let's see what's going on today, guys. Fascinating, isn't it? Woo! So, talk about the upper region at the moment. Eastern part is getting warmer than La Nina at the moment. The western part is still staying quite cold, and the North Pacific Ocean, where it's getting colder in the west, but it's getting warmer in the north and the northeast, especially across the North Pacific Ocean. The North Atlantic Ocean is getting warmer, slightly warmer. It's still the same. Doesn't really change much this winter, and it's quite warm off the west coast of Africa, which spells bad news for the hurricane season this year for this week. La Nina at the end of this coming summer this year, 2022 to September across the states of you name it, of the west coast of South America, and you name it, guys. And he's talking about they had tornadoes in the southeast of North America this year, because you can see it's quite warm down there because of Gulf of Mexico. So we've all to play for the tornado season this year across the southeast of North America. This is the 12 GFS model for the future, guys. Talking about the 14th and 15th March, about this low pressure system. This might be a next main storm for the UK. Yeah, like I said, you can't rule out storms just yet in the spring. You can get storms in March. That's what March stands for, storms. Yes, it does. He's talking about this high pressure building up towards Scandinavia. It's Scandinavian high. It's like a high pressure building up Scandinavian high. It'll cancel that storm out. You're coming from the Atlantic, North Atlantic. Yes, look out for that one, but it won't hit us. That high pressure should block it out. There's that Scandinavian high building up as it gets to the 8th, the 10th of March. One to look out for. Easterly winds coming from the southeast, according to the 12 GFS. Then we get another lane storm coming in from the Atlantic Ocean. So yeah, there's a lot of weather going on. There's a lot of change of wide weather across the UK with 12 DF on the future prediction. This forecast will change. This is the Woking Town upper air temperature. The red line's the 30-year average line. White line's where the temperature's going. What's really interesting about this, because Woking Town locally, is if you look at the line here, this blue line, that's going down here on the 20th of March. So it might be an indication. It's one of many GFS models predicting a beast from the east, which is interesting, the 20th of March. So we go from now, so talking about it going below average, like a cold snap, that's definitely likely this coming weekend, 4th to 5th of March, because Woking Town locally, on the, you name it, the 5th of March. Then it goes back to average around about the 8th to the 9th of March, and it goes well above average when we get to the 12th to 13th of March. It'll be quite wet weather from the Atlantic Ocean, mega storm. And then it goes below average around about the 19th to 20th of March. It might be a beast from the east. And it's quite dry as well, you can see the precipitation, and then it goes above average if you go further into the future as it goes towards into the first week of April. And you name it. And these are rainfall spikes. There's a lot of rain around about the 12th of March. I think it's really quite dry on the 20th of March. But this is long range forecasting. It's not guaranteed because Woking Town because this weather forecast is subject to change. This is the weather forecast of Woking Town right now, currently. It's about an easterly wind, northeasterly, high of 8 Celsius today. Quite wet weather, lasting to the next day. And then it stays dry for the next few days, quite dry, and with high pressure over us. It's not surprising, southeasterly winds. A northern block into the northeast, so there's northeasterly winds. It gets quite cold this weekend, especially on that day, Sunday evening, it's like a frost, as I was saying to you earlier, -2, -3 Celsius possible. And you name it, so then it stays quite dry. Then it gets unsettled if we get to the 10th of March. The 10th to the 16th of March, you've got to look out for storms, of course, for the UK, because the westerly winds are back in, and you're talking about the potential doom back online. This is the current prediction for tornadoes across the southeast of North America for USA, for the Americans. We're talking about the risk of tornadoes around that sort of point. This is this coming Sunday. Into Monday next week, across the southeast of North America. There's lots of nasty tornadoes to worry about. Little F1s, F2s. They're only little ones, but still, they're pretty nasty. Look out for that, across southeast of North America. The future tornado season on the way. This is the current weather forecast across the Ukraine. It looks like you've got snow coming into the southeastern parts, eastern parts of Ukraine for the next 2 or 3 days. Look out for that if you're fighting there against the Russians. The Russians love the cold weather, so the Ukrainians don't probably find it very easy. This is the current, you name it, oscillation for the future. And when it's been positive like that, that means you've got low pressure over the UK. But at the moment, it's predicted to go slightly negative across the Atlantic Ocean for the future, guys. So it looks like we might get unsettled weather. Well, I say dry weather for a while, but then we get unsettled again in the future. And the same with the other one, the North Atlantic Ocean next to the Arctic Oscillation. We're both doing mostly positive. The other one's a bit more negative, but you name it, guys. And yeah, you can't rule out some more, you name it, cyclones for Madagascar. One there, number 2, number 3. Look out for that, you can leave the Madagascar over here. If you like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm James. Bye everyone.